All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Channel 6 TV on Community Focus here in Nelson County. I'm Kenny Fogle, your host. And we've got a guest in the studio today, Father Chris Lebecki and Joe Renee O'Brien. And they're here today to talk to you a little bit about St. Catharine Academy down in New Haven. Well, first of all, welcome, Joe.
Well, thank you
Appreciate
for having
you
us.
all being here.
Thank you.
And before we even get into, I know we're going to talk about a special event you've got coming up. Tell us a little bit about St. Catharine Academy. If somebody out there never heard of it, don't know what it is, tell us a little bit about where it is and what it does.
St. Catharine Academy is located in New Haven, southern part of Nelson County. We are a small rural Catholic school. We're part of the Archdiocese of Louisville. We educate pre-K through 8, so 4-year-olds all the way up to 8th grade. We have long-standing tradition of being a school there in New Haven. St. Catharine has just been there for a really long time. It's a great school. We have great kids, great families.
Now, is this an extension of the old St. Catharine High School from years ago?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I know the high school closed, and then the grade school was there, and there's a long-standing history.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of former alumni that are huge supporters of the school.
So what do you see the advantages of the school? I mean, obviously, private education.
Private education, first thing is Catholic. They get their religion. They receive that along, and that's throughout the day. That's not just religion class, but it's throughout the day. And then high academic standards is what we expect. We're small, it's kind of cliche to say, but we're family. We're family, and the classes are small, so the kids get a lot of one-on-one attention, and it's just a great environment.
Well, like I said, I'm well aware. I went to Holy Cross for elementary school. That's where I went to with the nuns and everything else for the first 8 years until they changed that. But we've been losing a lot of Catholic schools. I mean, I know we lost Holy Cross. We've lost a lot of schools over the last 20, 30 years.
It's very difficult with just the finances and changing over from nuns over to lay people. That was a huge transition too as well. And just enrollment, but our enrollment has stayed pretty steady the last 10 years. We are small. We currently have 103 students, but we do offer financial assistance, and that's a huge program that we are pushing, and the Archdiocese overall is pushing because the Catholic Education Foundation is helping out as well with the tuition assistance.
Yeah, well, Father, what role does the church play? And what I know you see there's a value, obviously, in a Catholic education.
Sure. Well, we're the Catholic education is under what we call a 4 pillars system of education. So there's the intellectual formation, meaning that the intellectual formation, the book learning that they go through. But there's also other pillars. There's the pastoral pillar that we teach them, like community service, and they're involved in different things. There's an outreach into the community. There's human formation, probably the most important pillar, where we teach them just to be good students and to be good citizens. That's along with the intellectual. We're educating them the whole person, and that you wouldn't get that obviously other places, but with us it's a total education.
So you get the freedom basically to determine this education more so than just being dictated down from the state, maybe cookie cutter, as some people might say.
Right, because one of the big differences is once a week we have a school mass. So obviously in the public system you wouldn't have that.
Right.
That's one part of the spiritual formation that we have as well. So
well, that's one of the things I know we've talked about over the years. People have talked about in schools. I mean, whether it's prayer in school or whether it's just teaching civility and morality or whatever else. I mean, this is something that you're providing that maybe they're not going to get somewhere else.
Correct. Yep.
Well, I know, Renee, we talked earlier about how much it costs. Now, obviously, it's pretty expensive to put on to have a private school because you're not getting public funds. You're not getting.
No.
So we've got a dinner coming up. I know very quickly. And is that one that makes a big difference in your
This
school?
is a huge fundraiser for St. Catharine. The alumni are the driving force behind it as far as setting it all up. But yes, it's a huge fundraiser for our school. It helps us to do extra projects that we otherwise would not be able to do for the school. It helps with our tuition assistance program. So it's a lot of, and then the general budget, but it helps out tremendously.
Mm-hmm. So when you talk about alumni, are you seeing people coming just mainly in the city, the town of New Haven, or are they traveling in from all over?
No, they are traveling in from distances, to come in, or if they can't attend, they send, a note of thanks or a monetary donation, just saying that they can't be there.
They must have some reason to think you're doing something pretty good, or else they wouldn't be doing that.
Well, we have great supporters. I mean, that they do, and it's just a great town. I'm not directly from there, and it's just a great environment.
All right. Well, I see you got Gary Montgomery. I've known Gary for years. Gary's a great guy. He's going to be your guest speaker that night.
Yes, he's coming in to be our guest speaker. He's he does my confirmation retreat, so I've got a growing relationship with him, and I think he'll do a great job talking about the importance of Catholic school.
On January 28th. Now, what night's that on?
January 28th is on a Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Doors open up at 5, and then dinner kind of starts between 6:30 and 7, and then we have our guest speaker.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. And the kids are involved in it too.
Now, I know you send out a lot of invitations, but
Yes.
you don't have to be invited to come, right?
No, you do not have to send a personal invitation. No, we just kind of ask that you come purchase the tickets, and you can get those through the school and purchase those. So.
Okay. Well, I think I saw January 28th, the 18th deadline.
18th deadline is when they're trying, because they got to figure out the food.
Well, you want to figure that out. So if somebody wants to do that, give them a call at 549-3680. And just like I said, get information, so get tickets, and
Yeah, we would love to have you.
so Father, what else is going on in St. Catharine over there with the church? I mean, you got a lot of activities going on. Or?
Sure, yeah, we do. We got our mass schedule on the weekend is there's confessions 3 to 3:45, mass at 4. And then also, I'm also at the Immaculate Conception in Culvertown, so our mass there is 5:30 Saturday night, then Sunday morning, 7 a.m. at Immaculate Conception and 10 a.m. At St. Catharine.
So the Catholic religion, I mean, it's flourishing around here, obviously. We're doing well, and hopefully it continues that way for quite some time. But it's struggling in some places. And what are we doing to attract kids back to? Or I guess that's the part I want to see. How are we attracting people back to the church that may have strayed away a little bit?
Well, I think that we've done several outreaches. One of them is the Catholic Connection, and what we've done is we've asked our parishioners, say that maybe they notice a family is no longer attending in the pews, that we had a postcard campaign where they would fill out that person's name, it would get sent to the archdiocese, the archbishop would actually invite them back with a personal letter. Yeah. So that's one of the initiatives that we have. And I think that if you have a community that is vibrant like ours, it's small but it's vibrant, that the word gets out, and the more outreach that we do, people are attracted to that. They're attracted to the beauty of things. They're attracted to the goodness and truth, and that's what I've seen.
Well, I do. I'll be honest with you. I missed I said grew up in a small community at the Holy Cross, and I think we spent more time out in the parking lot talking to each other after Mass than we did in church. So it is a sense of community. I mean, it's almost like if you know who's not there.
Right. Yep. Yeah. And one of the initiatives we did, because I arrived there last June of 15, and one of the things that I've been asked is they would like. The parishioners would like to have some kind of a hospitality after the Sunday Mass. So now after the second Sunday Mass, we have extended hospitality where we get together and the children can play in the gym while the parents can kind of catch up with one another.
I know one thing that I've talked to several priests that have come from a different community and maybe come to a small town. They find out they're more than just the priest there. They become a part of the family. They're almost the mayor of the town because they come to you for almost everything. I'm sure your job has expanded considerably since you've been in New Haven.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, Father, we do appreciate you being here, and we again the dinner's coming up, St. Catharine Academy Gymnasium on Saturday, January 28th, and you want to give them a call. And again, how much is there's a cost to this?
It's $50.
$50 a person.
That includes your dinner and 2 drink tickets.
The dinner, 2 drink tickets, and again, if you're interested in helping save, because as we mentioned, Catholic schools are struggling. I mean, and I think in all private schools basically are struggling right now, and especially ones with the religious ministry attached to it, because right now it's just it's hard to do without public funds and without just getting by. So we certainly want to invite as many people that are interested in making sure this doesn't go away.
Right.
We've lost too much already, and I appreciate what you're all doing over there to keep this going. Well, appreciate you being here. Give them a call at 502-549-3680. That's 549-3680. So write that down, give them a call, and get a ticket and show up that night on Saturday, January 28th. Anything else you'd like to add before we get out of here? Or we
have our open house for
Open house.
school to register. So if anybody wants to register pre-K through 8.
No, well, I guess I should have asked you this
Yeah.
already. Now, where are the kids coming from? I did ask the alumni. They're from all over, but the kids, are they mainly central in New Haven?
A lot of them are central in New Haven or the outskirts of New Haven. Most of them. My kids go there too, which they're from Botland, so area. But most of them are from general area, from there or the outskirts of it, Culvertown.
Okay, so when's this open house?
We have our open house February 23rd, Thursday night, 5 to 7.
So learn a little bit more about it as
just
well.
Stop by. Yeah.
Just stop by, and if this is something you think your children, grandchildren, or somebody in your family could benefit from, give them a call and stop in on February 23rd, and I'd love to see you there. Well, Father,
Thank you.
Mary Jo, let me make sure we go. Joe Renee, I'm going to make sure I get your name right here because I'm the world's worst at names. But appreciate you all being here.
Sure.
So Joe Renee O'Brien and Father Chris Lubecki here with us today from St. Catharine Academy in New Haven. Got a big dinner coming up here quickly. And again, give them a call at 549-3680 and get your tickets and help them out a little bit. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on Community Focus.